Nurses, or anyone experienced in nursing, stand with the men who are giving their lives. My eyes danced over the same words I'd seen in every ad, in every edition of the Red Cross magazine. It was early 1918, and with the war raging, American nurses were heeding the call, boarding ships and leaving hometown hospitals in dire need. I am Norma Munsey Leatherman. Nurse. My degree bestowed from Salem Hospital in Massachusetts, not far from where I grew up. And at 28, hungry for change, I put my trust in the fates for a nursing position, the right nursing position, whether here or abroad, would call and I would follow, which is exactly what I did when I saw that the women of the Doylestown Visiting Nurses Association in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, were inviting nurses to join our village mothers and sisters. What? A group of women running their community's medical programs? Oh, how extraordinary. After several days of travel, I arrived at my new town to begin work with the VIA's Visiting Nurse Program. I suppose the fates had an additional plan for me because only a few days after I began lodging on Ashland Street, another visitor arrived in town. The Spanish influenza. Any expectation of a smooth transition was quickly dashed. My days were endless, my legs aching from the endless, relentless pedaling of my bicycle from sick house to sick house, posting quarantine notices, soothing fevers, delivering medicines, while tending to recovering soldiers and whatever emergencies came up. At the end of my first full month, my services totaled 714 visits. Only 7 died from the flu, largely due to the work of the VIA, which was drastically less than any other place in the community. When the hectic days of the flu finally ebbed, I settled into the otherwise routine, if there was such a thing, of being a visiting nurse. Tending to the sick, to checking in on new mothers, to performing health assessments, and teaching hygiene to school children, never once climbing back onto my bicycle before doling out Hershey Kisses and peanut chews from my sweets bag. And of course, the children came to expect that. If I wasn't busy enough, I also began seeing patients at the new Broad Street Emergency Room, which was also run by the VIA and the Red Cross, occasionally assisting with minor surgeries. The VIA showed their appreciation with a handsome salary and then a motor car, a Ford Runabout. Now I could get around town faster, and that allowed me more time with my patients. The motor car also allowed me the opportunity to become acquainted with the new town mechanic. After Robert Leatherman and I married, we both agreed that it was time for me to slow down, but I continued working in public health for the rest of my life and took my last breath at age 64 at the emergency hospital in town. A fitting, symmetrical close to this nurse's life. But on any given day, if you give in to fantasy and perhaps squint into the sunlight a certain way, you just might see me pedaling my bicycle. Bye. See you around town.